Umpire Alan Muston with the football in the centre of the ground to start what is going to be, in my opinion, the most vital quarter for the Union. They're kicking with a 4 or 5 goal breeze. They've held the South pretty well. The tap out goes the Union's way through Muir. Comes down centre half forward. Ivanoff gets a hand to the ball, but then it's picked up by the South, driven forward by Fox. He sends the ball towards centre half forward, and making much better position there than anybody else was Michael Honeybell. Well, it's going the wrong way, certainly, for the Union. Honeybell sends the ball out very, very wide, though, looking for Fox. Fox traps the ball, then tries to knock it over towards Clark, but the boundary line beats both of them, and the boundary umpire will exercise his talents. And he does so quite well. Gets the ball down. A hand pass comes away, puts Mundy for the South. He sends the ball forward. Fox and Simpson. Simpson gets the better position. Fox from behind, they almost juggle the ball, then finally it's paddled over the line, paddled into the post, says the goal umpire. And the South get the first score for the quarter. Which way, Shane? Straight down the middle?
Bit to this side, Bob. You're on the wrong side.
He's gone the wrong side, says Tig. He's been consistent, even though it has hooked back. A free kick's been picked out and it's going to go to Ivanoff. And he also is not far off from one of the coast. He's certainly one of the coast's better players, Peter Ivanoff. He's going out wide, though. He says, well, no, he's hooked that back too towards centre half forward. Fists go up everywhere, but this allows the South to clear through Curley. He sends the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Ivanoff and Mark Baker rattle the football and they lose it. They shouldn't have had tickets in that one. It comes down to the ground. A player thrown out is Stephen Nichols. He's been more closely marked this quarter. Finally, the hand pass gets out once more towards Nick Clark. He sends the ball not the full distance, yes it was, and the mark taken there by Robbie Wright. He sends the ball on the far side of the ground. Comes down, picked up there by Mark Baker. He gets a quick hurried kick towards centre half forward, leading in the race for the ball. There's Curley. He overruns the ball, but then receives the free kick for being held when not in possession. No, it's not Curley that's got the free kick. Fox. He gets it to Curley. And Curley's almost grabbed. He gets a quick hand pass away to nobody in particular. Kicked off the ground by the Union back towards the centre. Going over the top there is the Union player in Peter Templeton, and he pushes the player in the back. Play on, calls the umpire. Ball comes towards turf. Neville Muir in the front there. Darren Perry roving well, gets it down. He gets a hurried kick. It goes nowhere in particular, right in the middle of the cricket pitch. Just about on a good length, actually. As the ball is going to be bounced, the rain starts to tumble down again in July. Fist comes out. Peter Ivanoff. He comes round onto the left boot and then gets a kick back towards centre half forward. Thumped away from Rudy Gillam. Comes down towards the ground. A pick up there by the South is good football, and then Mundy gets the ball again. He gets it away. He falls in the back, and then Rogers picks up the football for the South. He runs his full measure of distance and then gets the ball back towards the centre of the ground. But coming through well's young Simpson. He sends it to the centre of the ground and nobody is there but Michael Weir. He's playing up from the back pocket. He sends the ball out wide, the far side of the ground, and Tig, the South, have started off extremely well in this quarter as they get the ball over towards Clark. He sends the ball to centre half forward, knocked on. Was perhaps silly football then from Mundy because he probably could have marked the ball. A hand pass comes back to Mundy, however, and he onto his left boot sends the ball forward. Oh, you should have marked the ball then, Scott Knights, but he couldn't. He knocked the ball away. Gets it down on the bottom of the pack there, and surely must have been, no, it wasn't pushed in the back. Thought it might have been pushed in the back, but the umpire's going to affect a bounce of the ball in the half-forward line.
Yes, well, the umpire throws the ball into the air. Out comes the South with it and drives it towards Scott Knights. Fox leading in the race for the ball, but Scott Knights puts it over the boundary line and out of bounds. The ball over the boundary line and out of bounds in the forward pocket now. Going into the ruck would be the big fellow Fox. In against Neville Muir as it's thrown in now towards Fox. Fox takes it there but can't hold it. In comes Scotty Wade, tries to pick it up. The ball's on the ground. Players throwing themselves in. The umpire will nearly ball it up. Down to the ground it goes. Sudden prize of the ball, and he'll now ball it up. 15 metres out from the southern goal, South kicking into the teeth of this wind. Picked up on this occasion and brought out towards Darryl Shepherd. He can't get it, comes towards Curley. Curley gives it out towards Damien Cox. His kick goes out towards a centre wing position, but the ball will beat all players over the boundary line and out of bounds. Over the boundary line and out of bounds. The Union player going in there would have been Chris Hennessy trying to pick it up, and as it's picked up there by boundary umpire to be thrown in now in the ruck. We've got Honeybell in this time in against Neville Muir. Honeybell gets the tap down, but it's picked up on that occasion by the coastal player in Keegan. He puts it down towards Michael Templeton. He's been a quiet player. His handball goes across towards Mark Baker. He gives it across towards centre half forward. The ball's put down to the ground by the southern side player in Robbie Dykes. He can't pick it up, and the free kick will go the coast way, and it's going to go on the way of that player on the far side of the ground, and it is Michael Gale. Oh, it's a shocking kick. The slips as he goes to pick it, picked up by the South now. They're clear out of the back line. He gives it back towards Rywald. He can't pick up the ball, and it's finally picked up there by Graham Fox, by far I would say the best player afield. He gives the ball out towards Curley. Curley's kick comes around the centering position, and it's marked in true centre line position by Darren Perry. Darren Perry with the ball now. He goes to play on it, comes out towards March, and his handball comes out towards Templeton. He slips over again. He gives it out towards Perry. Perry's handball goes back towards March, and he gives it back towards Perry. He'll try and pick the ball up. It paddles around his legs. He tries to unload a couple of players. It goes round towards Mundy. Mundy's kick goes up towards the centre half forward position. In fact, it was Williamson. It comes out towards the little fellow there for the South in Nicky Clark. He goes forward. It comes back towards the big fella Fox. He picks the ball up. He'll go round on his left boot looking for the southern player there in Ricky Hanlon. Hanlon's got the ball, but he's in all sorts of trouble. Dropping the ball, I would say, but the umpire pays the advantage. As we see once again, Robbie Wright pick the ball up, drive it back towards the centre. It's picked up there by the southern player in the middle of the ground in Chris Rewald. His handball goes out looking for Nicky Clark. It comes off that player's boots, paddled away, and as you can see, it's nearly a game of soccer here at the park as players throw themselves in desperately at the ball. Picked up on the far side of the ground by Farquhar, well up the ground. He can't pick it up, and umpire Hearn will say, give it to me, fellas, and I'll ball it up. And the centre wing position. Neither side have scored in this second quarter at the 8-minute mark. Goals are golden, as we said early, as the ball comes down towards Templeton. He can't pick the ball up, but I'd say he's been caught over the back of the shoulder. In fact, it isn't Templeton on the far side of the ground. That player there is Chris Hennessy. Ricky Brown is it. Ricky Brown with the ball. He'll put the coast down towards centre half forward looking for Rudy Grillam. Up they go, and a beautiful mark taken by the southern player there. Once again in Greg Farquhar.
Being well beaten at centre half forward.
Yes, he's having a bad day today, Rudy. He's probably yet to get his first grab of the ball, but he's certainly been doing a hard job as they come right across the ground to South, and Roland Curley on the half-back flank takes the mark. His kick goes up towards Farquhar. A beautiful tap on by Ivanov, a beautiful tackle. The ball comes to the ground. It'll go over the boundary line, and it's kept in, and the umpire Hearn will say, give it to me, fellas, and I'll ball it up on the half-forward flank with the Union into attack. Umpire Hearn with the ball now, throws it high into the air, into the ruck for the South would be the big fellow there in Peter Walker, the centre half-back, finally picked up by Farquhar. The ball goes across the centre, eluding all players. The big fellow trying to pick it up there would be Mick Honeybell. He's bundled out of the way as it comes down towards the Union, the coastal player there trying to pick it up in Ian Jones. He can't do so. Picked up by Scotty Wade. He's on the ball underneath the pack, and the umpire will say, give it to me, fellas, and I'll ball it up. Well, look at the rain coming down here at West Park now, coming down towards the queue end as the ball comes out once again to the southern player trying to pick it up there would have been Chris Rogers. He can't do so. It finally comes out towards Graham Fox, picked up on this occasion by the coastal player. Picking it up there would have been Hennessy. He drives it up in the Reynolds direction, but Farquhar leading in the race for the ball, falls over, picked up by Reynolds. It tries to go over the boundary line. Another southern player comes in. He gives it back towards Curley. He dodges round 2 or 3 players, gets his kick towards the centre of the ground, and a relieving mark taken by the South there by Chris Rogers. Well, the South on top at this stage, I would say, Shane.
Yes, the Union haven't been able to capitalise on kicking with this breeze at the 13-minute mark of the second term. The kick back towards the centre wing position, and a strong mark taken here by Nick Clark. Clark on centre wing now for the South. Gets the hand pass on, and they're into attack here on this occasion through Williamson. The long kick up towards centre half forward. Cox from behind punches the ball to the ground. Leading in the chase for the ball now is Fox for the South. He traps it now, gets a long hand pass back towards Rewald. He's under pressure now as he drops a sitter. It comes back towards the player there, about to break clear in Gillum. He breaks away from two players. Will he go for a long bomb? He puts it down, was caught from behind. Still taps the ball on towards Michael Templeton. Templeton kicks towards goal, but he's offline and through for one behind only. 1 point to the... There's the throw in the forward pocket. Union deep into attack. Beaumont kicks it off the ground. It comes back towards Robbie Dykes. He's under plenty of pressure. Reynolds is in there battling for the ball. Pushes the ball out in the direction of Gale. His quick kick for goal. And the South team in Curley's going to run it through for a behind. One bot more behind to the Union. They're 1-5-11. 1-5-11 trying the TANFL 4-5-29. That ball was kicked out before the goal umpire finished waving the flag, and it's going to be brought back. And Roland Curley, the Glenorchy player, is going to kick it out again. Curley kicks it to himself and plays on around the grandstand side of the ground. The kick comes out looking for a teammate here in Honeybill. Honeybill was at the back. Gillum was up high, couldn't hold the mark. Gillum's in there tackling strongly. Ball comes clear towards a player there in Williamson. He kicks it off the ground towards the centre. Taken by Shepherd. Shepherd gets it out to the player out wide in Keegan. Keegan's under plenty of pressure, but he finally gets the hand pass to Wright. Wright's kicked down towards the half-forward line, and a strong mark nearly taken there by Dykes in the half-back line. Couldn't hold it in the slippery conditions. It comes back to Dykes, though. He plays the ball along in front of him. A big pack of players forming. Finally, it comes back out to the player in Keegan. He can't get clear. Gets the hand pass back towards Daryl Shepherd. He was dispossessed, and the umpire races in and will call for it on the half-forward line with the Union in attack. They trail by 3 straight goals at the 12-minute mark of the second term. Muir against Honeybill. Honeybill takes the ball out of the air and drives towards the centre wing position. Hennessy, the man in front, and he'll take the free kick. Or is it Jones? Ian Jones it is, the Latrobe captain. Quickly on with play on centre wing now. Drives towards centre half forward. Gillum from behind. Nearly the mark taken there by Walker, but the ball hits the ground. Many players in with a chance now as it's taken by Ivanov. His hand pass back towards Jones puts that player under plenty of pressure. Umpire will now call for it at the centre half forward position for the Union. 3 goals the difference. There's the bounce. Honeybill up high again. Gets the tap down. Back towards Beaumont. The kick back towards the centre of the ground position on the mark taken by Robbie Wright, who's been a good player for the Union. Robbie Wright in the centre of the ground. The long kick out wide, but the strong mark taken in there. Now he dropped it into the last moment. Picking it up here is Baker. Baker's kick was spoiled off the boot. Finally, it comes through to the southern player there in Monday. His hand pass was intercepted. It comes back towards Gale. He's under plenty of pressure, and the umpire said he threw it, and the free kick will go to the South, and it's going to be taken by Ricky Hanlon. Hanlon from New Norfolk now in the half-back line for the TFL. There's the kick back towards the centre wing. The ball dropping short. Taken here is Shepherd. Shepherd's hand pass towards centre half forward, looking for Michael Templeton. He kicks the ball off the ground. It comes right down towards full forward, where it's taken here by Walker. Walker for the Hobart side, trying desperately to get clear. Finally, Fox comes out with it. A long hand pass sets up the running players now, and the South out of trouble. The kick going to come around towards the wing position of the ground. Here's the hand passes on now, and the South looking good now with the progression of handballs. He was nearly caught there. It finally goes across towards the wing position. Templeton comes in and meets that player in Wade very solidly indeed. Taken here by Muir. Muir's hand pass given to Brown. Brown's hand pass finds Baker now, and the Union into attack down the roadside wing of the ground. The long kick goes out wide looking for Gale, but it's over the top of that player's head and will roll out of bounds, and a throwing to take place on the half-forward line with the Union in attack. They trial 4-5-29 to 1 goal 5-11, 18 points the difference at the 15-minute mark of the second term. Throw-in taking place. Gale doing the rucking for the Union. Honeybill for the South. Taken out of the air by Templeton. The kick up towards the wing position. Mark Baker, the man in front. The long kick down forward, looking. It's over the top of the player's head. It's racing into an open goal. Did it go through? No, offline. 1 behind only. And Baker's long kick from the half-forward line was offline. And it's 1 goal 6 now to the Union. 1 goal 6-12 to the Southern team. 4-5-29.
Could have been a useful one, Shane, as the ball's paddled back but over the line and out of bounds on the left half forward flank for the Union. Ball thrown in. Rudy Gillum in ruck. He tries to take the ball out one-handed, then gets a hand pass over to Ricky Brown. Ricky Brown gets it in short, and the mark's taken there by Daryl Shepherd. My word, Shep's made a difference since he's come onto the ground, Tig. I think this is about his 4th or 5th kick already this quarter.
Well, these are the conditions that Shep loves these days.
Darryl Shepherd, a chance for the Union's second goal. He's hooked it a little bit. In fact, he's hooked it quite a bit. And unfortunately, from the Union's point of view, they move to 1-7, a total of 13. Curley has got the ball. At least the Union have been in attack for the last 4 or 5 minutes. Curley kicks it to himself. Rushing over there to try and interfere there was Muir. He can't do much about it and goes over the line out of bounds and a throw in. The South have gone fairly defensive, and or I suppose that's simply because the Coast had the majority of the play in the last 10 minutes, but they can't do much about it. 15 minutes gone here in this quarter, and as Tiger said, goals are going to be worth their weight in gold as the ball comes out through Fox. He's certainly been the best player on the ground at the moment, and he sends it. Oh, that's right, I'll keep praising him like that. He might make passes like that more often as Hennessy takes the mark. Hennessy gets the ball out on this side, almost a mark there to Reynolds, who I think's come out to centre half forward. In fact, I'm sure he's come out to centre half forward, and this is probably a very good move because the Union have been lacking a little at centre half forward. Rudy Gillam being thrown onto the ball. Ball is tapped into the air. A quick kick goes only as far as Mundy, and John Mundy, the Sandy Bay footballer, takes the mark. He sends the ball out wide. Neville Muir drops back and takes that. How long, Ty?
42 minutes.
42 minutes since the Union have scored a goal. Muir sees if he can rectify that. He sends it down the centre of the ground. In the true centre position is the ball. A melee of players there, and umpire Hearn says I'll have to bounce it. 42-minute, a goal every 42 minutes. They're not going to win, Tig. Ball knocked out. The Union are away, this time through Wright, who sends the ball out wide, taken by Gale. Gale away with a hand pass, knocked off further by Templeton. The ball's kicked towards goal. I think that's a magnificent goal. I don't know who kicked it. Beaumont, Kenny Beaumont from the half-forward flank, and the goal umpire stands there and waves both flags. Michael Gale with the football, gets it over towards Robbie Wright. Robbie Wright kicks towards the half-forward line. Reynolds has come right out. He gets the hand pass back in, ball there to Robbie Wright, and the Union stream forward. Right from the half-forward line has kicked towards goals, and I think he's put it through. The crowd does, and the goal umpire says, and Tiger, as he said, what a beauty, and the Union are back alive. 2 goals in 2 minutes, 3-7. A total of 25, 4-5, 29, and the Union have shown their first signs of life for a long, long time. And that was tremendous play from Robbie Wright on the half-back flank. He's gone back to the half-back flank now. And what a run, Tig. They need a lot more of that, though, in these conditions.
Yes, it was a magnificent goal as he came right down, took about 3 hand passes, and the Union right back in the game at the park now. 19 minutes of the quarter gone as they pick it up now, and it comes down to the ground. Trying to pick it up would be Curley. He can't do so. Honeybell's also underneath that pack, and he will ball it up. New player on for the South there. They've made an interchange. That's Kim Exel, the New Norfolk player, as the ball comes down there, but there's got to be a free kick to the South there as we see the best player on the field in Graham Fox will take the free kick. There's no doubt about that. He's been a fine player for the South. He's had it nearly all day. Graham Fox at centre half back now, puts the drop punt kick up towards centre half forward, and little Scotty Wade takes the mark in the true centre of the ground. He'll be looking for the big fellow Fox now. Scotty Wade puts the kick up. It's gone 40 metres up towards Fox, but standing firm there. I think that might have been the big fellow. In fact, it's not Robbie Wright again, is it, back there? It is Robbie Wright again. Robbie Wright now puts the kick down towards centre half forward. It eludes a lot of players picked up there across the half back line by the sudden player there trying to pick it up and drive it forward was John Munday. It comes out towards Axel. He kicks off the ground out to the centre of the ground. Even picks the handball up, gives it across towards Templeton in the middle of the ground. He puts the ball forward, hits Reynolds on the check. Finally picked up on there by I think it was Mickey Templeton, was it? And Templeton's banged home another one on the Coast at the front. 3 quick goals from the Coast. Templeton picked the ball up and he banged it home, and the Union fellows are ecstatic as they go to the front now. 4-7 to lead the South, 4-5. What a great goal from Mickey Templeton. In fact, Robbie Wright stemmed that attack back there. We were only saying a few minutes ago that Templeton was quiet, but he's been like Beaumont. He's dynamic when he gets the ball, and that was a magnificent left foot snap.
Pike, the earlier goal that I called kicked by Wright was actually Keegan, who came right down to his wing.
Keegan was it, as the ball now coming out. We see Graham Fox with the ball, puts it up towards the centre half forward position again. There's that fellow Keegan, picks the ball up now, puts it down towards centre half forward. Coming out and run for the ball would be the TFL player, and picking up would be John Monday. He gives the ball across to the half-back flanker. Driving the ball forward would be another player, which is Robbie Dykes. The ball's in the centre of the ground, trying to be picked up by the South player. They're peddling it on in front of him with Stephen Nichols well down the ground, but he falls on top of the Coastal player, and the Coastal player across there will take the free kick in Ian Jones. Ian Jones puts the ball towards centre half forward. A good mark there. No, it's dropped to the ground, played by the players, but the umpire will say, give it to me, fellas, and I'll pick it up, and that player there would have been Ricky Hanlon. Ricky Hanlon, the South player, with the ball at centre half forward. Reynolds right underneath the ball. They're punching it away in the ruckers. Rewald, he goes up against Ivanoff on this occasion, picked up by Scotty Wade. He's getting into the game, puts the ball up to the centre of the ground, and a fine mark taken there by Michael Weir. Michael Weir now on the centre of the ground with the ball. He'll try and drive the South into attack. They trail by 2 points at the 22-minute mark. It's gone up towards centre half forward. Up goes Michael Honeybell, punched away by Neville Muir. The ball comes down to the ground, picked up there by Wade. He can't pick the ball up. Trying also to pick it up would be Stephen Nichols. He's in there. He can't get the ball out. The Union lead by 2 points. And umpire Lyle Ahern will say, give it to me, fellas, and I'll ball it up at the centre half forward position with the South in attack. Quite a good crowd here considering the conditions at West Park. The grandstand absolutely packed as we see the ball come to the ground. Players driving themselves in onto the ball. They can't pick it up. It goes across there, dropped in front of the Dowling McCarthy sign as it's picked up and driven towards Fox. But it's going to go over the boundary line and out of bounds once again, about 25 metres around from the southern ground. Goal.
How much that cost you, Todd? Where's the crowd?
Up she goes, the big man up in the air. Up goes Fox. Oh, Neville Muir could have been in his back. Picked up there by Eamon. He gets the ball out towards Michael Honeybell. He gives it out towards another southern player trying to pick the ball up. There would be Darren Perry. He can't get it up. Finally picked up by Keegan. The ball comes to the ground. Fox gives it out towards the southern player in Chris Rogers. He's dispossessed with the ball. Could have been into the back, picked up by Keegan. He's gone forward looking for Beaumont. Beaumont taps the ball on, looking for Rudy Gillum, leading in the race for the ball. Picks the ball up, break clear, gets round 2 or 3 players, but tries to do too much, and he's caught holding the ball. Beautiful play by Beaumont. He tapped the ball on to the quick-moving Rudy Gillum. Gillum trying to get around the player was caught, and he'll be pulled back 15 metres. Rudy Gillum comes back onto the mark now as Roland Curley kicks the ball into play now towards the half-back line. Up they go, and a fine mark taken on the far side of the ground by Farquhar. Farquhar with the ball over there, and of course the Union need another goal at the 25-minute mark now.
Ball kicked up towards centre wing, and the mark taken here by Scott Knight. Knight's long kick towards centre half forward. Reynolds in the middle of that packet comes towards Gillum. Gillum was pushed in the back. The umpire says play on. Taken away here by Farquhar this time as he kicks the ball back towards the half-back flank. But there's that man Keegan again. And Keegan steadies play down now for the Union on centre wing. The Union leading by 2 points. The long kick down forward. Reynolds and Gillum fly high for the Union. Punched away though. Good strong defence by the 2A NFL as they push the ball out towards the back pocket. Many players in there fighting for possession. And finally the umpires picked out a free kick, and it's going to go the South's way. Walker now in defence. The kick back towards the half-back flank. Here's the chance now for Muir. Could have been caught for holding the ball. Finally gets the hand pass back. Picked up by Ivanoff. The kick in towards full forward. Beaumont was there. He couldn't hold the mark. The ball hits the ground. Coming through strongly in defence now. Diving on top of the ball was Wien. He couldn't trap it. And the umpire will call for the ball only metres away from the Union's goal. The Union 4-7-31. To TANFL 4-5-29. And we're approaching the time on period of the second term. Bounce down taking place. Players diving on top of the ball again. It's going to go the South's way. The free kick being picked out again. And on this occasion, it's going to go to... just waiting for the last player to be picked up off the bottom of the packets, Perry. Perry in the back pocket. The kick towards the half-back flank. Muir from behind. Tries to reach over the top of the pack. Couldn't do so. Players diving on top of it. No one can break clear. Finally, it comes out the Union's way. The hand pass out wide, looking for Gale. Gale couldn't take it. The umpire's picked out a free kick, though, and it's going to go towards Michael Gale on the half-forward line. Gale deep out on the half-forward line, kicks long in towards full forward. It's getting very close to the boundary line. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full. And where that kick could have been better off if he had centred it towards full forward or centre half forward, but he's gone straight towards goal and kicked it out of bounds on the full. 26 minutes gone in the second term. The Union have fought back from a 19-point deficit to lead by 2 points as the kick comes out towards the half-back line for the South. Players diving on top of the ball once more. It finally comes clear towards Exel. He gets the hand pass out wide. Trying to break clear as the Southern player in Dykes, but he couldn't get through. Finally it's picked up and driven forward by Clark towards the half-forward line. It's getting pretty close to the boundary line once more. Tapped back in over his head by the Union player, but the boundary umpire said it's gone out of bounds. And the throw-in will take place on centre wing. There's the throw-in taking place, Muir, and also up there high was Dykes. It finally comes clear towards Keegan. His long kick down towards full forward. Rewald in front. Beaumont from behind. Tapped the ball away. Gale pushes it along. Reynolds thumps the ball 15 metres towards goal, but it's gone out of bounds, and another throw-in will take place. 20 metres around from the Union goal. Both sides desperate to go in at half-time with the lead. The Union leading at this stage by 2 points. Kicking with the aid of a 4 or 5 goal breeze. There's the throw-in taking place. Tapped away by Rewalt. There's the half-time siren. And we see the Union lead at half-time, 4 goals, 7-31. To the TFL, 4 goals, 5-29. The leading goal kickers to half-time, 1 each to Templeton, Gale, Keegan and Beaumont, whilst for the Southerners, 3 to Stephen Nichols and 1 to Wayne Fox. Ball back in the centre of the ground now to start the third term. The Union and the TFL.